yeah, as I was saying, my experience at Russia, yes. So welcome to my presentation. And as they say in Russian, добрый пожаловать на моя презентация. That I noticed, by the way, welcome to my experience. So welcome is добрый пожаловать. My experience in Russia, or my presentation, the translation in Russian is моя презентация. So you'll notice directly, like there are some similarity between English and Russian, which is actually a good thing for those who want to learn Russian, because if you already have English, you will find some word or some letter which is similar to the English, and this is actually great. And it helps me so much. But I don't want to jump ahead or go ahead of me to the language, because I will speak it in details in several slides. So yeah, my name is Hayder Haboubi. Yes, and have you ever considered being in Russia? Do you want to study in there? Well, so today I'm willing to provide you with my experience. So some people might disagree with me, some people might say you're right, some people say you're wrong, but this is my experience from my point of view. And by the way, I'm actually I wasn't in a scholarship. I was personally funding myself. So those students, so I'll speak from this angle of the students who funding himself. Like I paid for all my study fees or my bills. All of that was from my expenses, from my budget. So like, how much do you guys know about Russia? So today I will try to cover as much as I can about Russia. There are a lot of details, a lot of unique stuffs in there.
So Hayder, cut. Here's a question for you. So you said that you're partially funded yourself in Russia.
Not partially.
Do you think it's
completely?
Totally. Okay. So do you think it's easier for students managerially? I'm talking about the administrative stuff. Do you think it's easier for a student to go there to fund himself, finish his study and come back? Or do you think it's very expensive? They should look for funding from somewhere. What do you think?
Doctor, in general, if you can find funding, so of course go for it. Like, who refused to get funding? Of course, right? But your question, is it expensive or not? And that's actually what's important. It's not that expensive, actually. So yeah, I think, yeah, it's manageable for most of the people, right?
Yeah, I was talking administratively. So you know all the paperwork in the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. Do you think it will save you effort? It's easier for you to go and study and finish everything and then come back and take care of the paperwork? Or do you think it's worth taking the chance and look for a funding and go through the line from the Ministry of Higher Education?
So I think this question is very. I'm not familiar with the process what to do in the Ministry of Higher Education.
Yeah.
But I think from my perspective, that is better if you go directly. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Because
gotcha.
the paperwork in there, the requirements in there are not many. They don't require too much funding. Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay. Moving on. So I will speak very fast about myself because my experience will be connected to me, and the people need to know what did I study. So very fastly, my name is Hayder MohammedHussain Abbas, birth 26 August 1920, and I live in Najaf City. Okay. So I study my bachelor degree at University of Technology from 2008 to 2012. Yes, and since I'm this light, I like to, any of my teachers actually listening, I would like to say thank you to them, and actually they made a great job with us at that time. Okay, so moving on. So my department is engineering and system and control engineering, to be precise. So actually, outside Iraq, they call it mechatronics and robotics. So two names: system and control engineering, or mechatronics and robotics engineering. So the names are so fancy. Like when people listening to me saying this name, like they think we are making Iron Man suits. but no, not really. Okay, maybe one day, but not now actually. So what system
So
of control?
what is the difference between this specialty and IT? I mixed it with IT when I first saw systems and control.
The IT actually, they completely focus their science or their knowledge on computers or maybe some devices, some networking devices or some cameras. But actually what we are doing is actually controlling, and control is, as a simple example, is like when you are washing your hand in a sink and the water is so cold. So you use your right hand to check the coldness of the water, and you use your right hand to adjust the valve. So you increase the heat water to get more heat, the heat water to get the water to be more more heat. So what we are doing in basic like that, but we do that in automated stuff, yeah, automated devices, and we control factories, we control plants, we control physical values, and on and on and on. And of course, to do that, you need to do a lot of mathematical calculations, modeling, and analysis, which is actually quite long and actually a little bit hard. So, okay, so today when Dr. Fatima asked me about speaking about Russia and my experience, I had very long experience in there, and actually I don't know what to talk about. Like, I can speak all day. If I want to cover every aspect, maybe I will need an entire semester to speak about Russia. So what's the solution for that? So simply I'm going to be collective. So the thing that I remembered, the thing that I have encountered, all of that I will put it in this presentation. Okay. So presentation plan for today I want to make things organized. Yes. So I don't want to get lost in the presentation. So first of all, I'm going to talk about different categories. Maybe speaking about the Russian people, speaking about the Russian study, speaking about the Russian language. And then within each category, I will divide my slides into the red slides, which is in which containing facts about Russia. Okay. The white slides will contain my advices, my personal advices about Russia, personal experience. And the third type, which is actually the blue, will contain a quick story or some experience I had in there. So that is the rule for today. And of course, again, feel free to interrupt to ask questions. So first category, I want to talk about traveling to Russia. And there is actually not much to talk about because it's similar to all other countries. It's not very hard to travel in there, actually, comparing to Europe or maybe America, because the requirement they ask from people is too much.
Is it easy to get a visa? And do we have an embassy here in Iraq?
Yes, sure. Yes.
Yes.
You know,
okay.
So actually your question, I'm going to answer it in this slide.
Okay, thank you.
So 4 types of visa every student can get, or not student, every Iraqi person can get, and which is making him able to travel to Russia. First, university visa. So you contact the university, you present your paper, you send them your paper, and if you get an invitation, you take the invitation and you go to the Russian embassy at Baghdad, precisely at Mansour Street, beside Babylon Mall, and there you will get the visa, as simple as that. And you might need to get some stamps and all. So just like not very hard process. And we can also get a tourist visa, and you can get that from tourist offices at Iraq. Okay, hopefully no one will need that, but medical visa, you are willing to do some medical work in there or treatment. So also you have to communicate with the hospital, and the hospital will send you the invitation. And work visa. So actually, I don't have a lot of details about how to get a work visa from Russia, but during my experience, I met students who have, not students, people, but have this sort of visa, and they are actually working at Russia. Okay, so that's all. I don't want to talk too much about traveling because I have a lot of category. My tips, yes, if you are a student and you ask to apply by yourself. So when I was at Russia, I met this Iraqi students or Arab students who get their visa by like paying for. So they went to those offices, and those offices make the application for them, and they get them the invitation, and they pay a lot of money for that. I don't think that's correct. So every student should search and apply by himself. This is a lot better because offices sometimes suggest for you a university or a program which is not suitable for you. So I think it's fair for every student, or it is important for every student to put some time for him to search for the right program, for the right university, not just in Russia, but anywhere. Find the suitable university or suitable program, and then applying by himself. He will communicate directly. Every university have this website, and they will provide you with the information, emails you can contact, and they will certainly reply. They will certainly reply. Yeah, another tip or advice. I've been in a lot of trouble when I traveled from my country to Russia. Yeah, because I travel at Iraq in summer, and I landed there in winter. So the weather can be, like, you cannot trust the weather in Russia. So please take more clothes with you, or you'll be sick. And you don't want to be sick at the first day if you're visiting to Russia. Okay, moving on. So what happened to me? Actually, I applied and searched, and I managed to find some people from Iraq who actually give me more guidance. And finally, I managed to travel, but I didn't make any help. So I sit from home, search on my laptop, find the suitable university, the suitable program, and I applied, and I actually checked everything, like how much to pay, how much to, what are the programs providing actually, and I like the university and the term, and I took it, and to be honest, it was very positive experience in there, and you will see in the next slides. So that was about traveling, and now I want to talk about studying in Russia. And yeah, okay, I got tired. Okay.
Tired from speaking?
Yeah, I'm not used to speak like this. This is
sorry.
Yeah, because you teachers usually are used to speak.
Talkative.
In my case, this is actually a new experience. Okay. I know. So studying in Russia, guys, please ask questions, interrupt, please. So I don't want to like keep talking and talking.
Yeah, I'm the only one who speaks. Come on, guys. Yeah. If you have a question, jump on.
Jump on. Yeah, let's make this conversation thing, not a lectural thing. I'm not a lectural kind of person. Okay. So studying in Russia, what is like?
Okay, Hayder, here is a comment from Russia. She's asking, speaking of payment, how was the tuition? I mean, it was high or not?
So I'll give you. So it's different. It differs from university to university and from major to major, from department to department. But how much did I pay? Around like per year, around $2,200 per year, and this is also affected by the value of ruble versus dollar. Okay, but in comparison with another countries like European countries or American countries, this is not too much.
Or even compared to private schools in Iraq, they're very expensive.
Yeah, certainly. And the experience in there is actually quite good. So I will speak more as you will see. As you will see, I will give you my experience about my studying actually in this category. So facts about Russia. So Russia.
Well, yeah, here's another thing from Russia. She said Russia, not Russia, the country.
Yeah,
That seems good, but I think for PhD will be more. What do you think?
For PhD, more time, but I think the payment you will make it's not much difference. Maybe maybe like around $200 more or less. So don't be like
that's not bad, yeah.
Yeah. When you are studying PhD, don't have this idea that you need to pay more per year than when you are studying master. No. Actually, I've been around and sitting with PhD students, and they didn't pay more than me. So this fact actually, yeah, I have some info about that, and no, it's not necessarily to be higher, Rasha. But thank you for your questions. You're saving me. Okay. So speaking about studying, so Russia, as equal to all countries, provide all students with all sorts of sciences. So everything you want, you can find in Russia. So by the way, Russia is a country of a size of a continent, and that means a lot of cities, a lot of universities, and within each university you will find hundreds of programs: master, PhD, postgraduate, like a lot of options. And all you need to know, all you need to do is search, and certainly you will find what you are looking for in there. And also in Russia lately, a lot of universities provided their program to be teaching in English. So this is actually very, very good, because I have studied my major or my specialty in English language. I had good English. I said that I am good enough to study English. I'm not ready to study in Russian. I don't have time to study the language year or preparation years, which is some students do. They take this 1 year to study Russian and then proceed with their study in Russian language. I didn't do that. Some info about Russian certificates. So there are two types. If you are a graduate student, if you graduated actually from Russia, they will give you two colors. Actually, will give each student, they have two colors of certificate. So you will get either the blue one or the red one. So what's the difference? The blue one will indicate that you are just a graduate, not an excellent one. The red certificate, however, it's the elite certificate, is the best certificate you can get at Russia. And this certificate is for students who get a degree like around from 90 to 100. And if you are in this area, you will get the red certificate. And it is actually the highest, it is the most you can get in there. Yes. And by the way, the red certificate is not just a color certificate. There are some benefits behind it. So foreigner students who get it will get a chance to get a permanent residence in Russia. So there are some terms to get a permanent residence. If you want to stay at Russia for some reason, try to get the red one, the red certificate, work hard for it. Yeah, and then they will provide you with this opportunity.
Is that for real, Hayder? Because most students who come to the ministry, they have 99, 100, 99, 100. Most of them.
99?
Yes.
No.
I think only maybe one student or two. I mean, I'm talking about students who come to apply for the scholarships. Mm-hmm. So just a couple of them in all the years that I'm in the committee, mm-hmm. I've seen that they scored 80-ish, but all of them they scored above than 96. Why do you think that? Are they brilliant? And when I talk with them, I mean, some of them are not good. Honestly, I mean, frankly speaking.
Above 96?
Yes.
Well, that may be for some university, but in my case, to get a red certificate, it was so hard. Maybe some universities
Yeah.
you get that from some Russian university.
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
easy. For some majors,
Yeah, maybe.
it's easy, but for engineering major, actually I had to read a lot of books and a lot of references, a lot of articles
Yeah.
to get
And
this
to
one.
tell you the truth, that affects the credentiality of the universities. Now we don't trust Russian universities. I mean, for us, yeah,
But-
because yeah, I don't know.
But still, there are a lot of Russian university within the accepted sheet of the Ministry of Education, even though.
Yeah, maybe it depends.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I
Thank
will
you for
speak
the
about.
clarification.
Yeah, but I will speak about the hardness of study in this.
Okay, before that, here's a question from Zina. She said, "How can we get the right one? There are specific requirements."
No, you just have to come up with the best scores. You have to make your scores
from
above
90 up to 100.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your question, Dr. Fatima, like how hard is to study in Russia? So that is from my point of view, in my specialty, engineering specialty. So to graduate from Russia, to get the blue certificate, you don't need to work that much actually. So it's a lot easier than Iraq, to be fair. But to get the red certificate, in my experience, I have fought for it, spent a lot of time studying, and finally, I managed to get it. And I have some sort of story behind that, but in the next slide. About
and what is the name of your university, Hayder?
The name of my university is South Yola State University.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to
So
know. Thank you.
also will come up in the next slides. So for my tips in Russia, first choose wisely the university and the program. I already talked about that. It's very important for every person to look and search by himself. Don't ask people to do that for you. Do that by yourself.
Okay, here, see what Lemi says. She says, "I think there are only 3 good universities in Russia. Do you agree?"
No, I totally disagree. A lot of good university, but there's a chance that you will go to a bad one. But no, a lot of good university and a lot of good teachers, a lot of good professors. I know she's maybe referring to Moscow and St. Petersburg, and I'm not sure about the third one she's implying to, because those 3 actually it's within the first 100 of the worldwide classifications. But a lot of good universities, and in my experience, I was very, very happy and satisfied, and you will see in the next slides.
Yeah, she says yes. I mean those universities. Yes.
Yeah. So students usually like Lemis and all other students. So it is very good to go and search the rank of the university, and you can always shoot for the stars, and you can go to. I said I want to go rank 1 student university, or rank 2, or within the first 100. But all of us, maybe sometimes you need to be realistic, and we need to know our limitations. So for me, traveling to Moscow, Moscow is not an option for me, by the way, because it was so expensive, and I didn't find the precise my precise specialty within there, and I managed to find it in South Yola State University, as you will see. But okay, so I hope I answer your question, Lemis. So my second tip, if you already have a good English, so choose an English program, and this is from my point of view, I think is not enough for a student 1 year of Russian preparation or Russian language study in 1 year. This does not qualify student to be to go and study high complex majors in Russian. So if you are at Russia and you said, okay, I will study for 1 year Russian language, and after that I will be completely ready. So some people might say, Hayder, you're wrong, but I think that's the way I see it. I think that's not enough, because you'll have to go and study all of that Russian books, Russian terms. 1 year might qualify you maybe to speak to people or deal with the shopkeepers or like people, like in general, but go and study in details and high scientific materials. I think 1 year is not enough. So if you already have good English, pick an English program. Another tip, that does not mean that you do not have to learn Russian. So please, you can add another language to your pocket. And I am very happy right now. Maybe like I have this certain level of Russian speaking ability, and that is quite fun. Like I can speak three languages. Maybe the Russian is not at the top of them. So Arabic, English, and then Russian. But yeah, I still have some Russian speaking ability, and yeah, and I'm so happy for it. Of course, this is actually important one because it's not just in Russia, but like wherever we are traveling, anywhere, we are cultural ambassadors in the country that we are visiting. We are representing our country, our culture. I think it's fair enough for us to do a good job in there and make our country proud. This is my point of view, but it's very important because they always look at the country through us. So we need to work hard, maybe, to present something. Okay, so yeah, my university is South Iowa State University. It is in Chelyabinsk city, in the Ural state. So it's a cold area, but in summer it's very beautiful. A lot of landscapes, a lot of lakes, a lot of forests. It is fun to just walk in the city. It is very, very beautiful city. And students in there, it's beautiful, very beautiful. But we are, and on this slide to speak about study, yes. So I study in there my mechatronics and robotic engineering master degree program in English. So 2 years in total from 2018 to until 2020, 4 semesters. First one was a group of scientific lectures, as said in Iraq courses, plus they gave us the Russian language, even though we were an English student, we study an English program, they gave us Russian language. And we need to start how to write, how to read in Russian, which was a good opportunity, and I took it. Second semester, same as the first semester, they also provide us with a Russian language lectures. Third semester was a group of scientific lectures. And in this third semester, we had the opportunity to work with our final project under the supervision of our tutors. The fourth semester was dedicated to the final project, and after that we defended our thesis to the committees. So in this slide, I want to speak about the lab and the study they provide us in there, because the equipment in there was highly, highly, highly advanced, and well, I don't know where you can find such equipment. For example, if you can see in the picture, this orange arm is called KUKA robotic arm, and it's actually a German device that is used in a lot of factories, such like Mercedes brand, or Mercedes, which like the factory that is used to make Mercedes cars. So they have a bigger version of that, but yes, they give us a small version. KUKA brought us that, and we were able to control it. Siemens SCADA, very interested devices, PLC, and highly advanced. And also Emerson Company DCS Labs. So what they actually doing in there, they brought us some factory and they make them small, put them inside the room, inside the lecture, inside the auditoriums, and they gave us the ability to interact with them directly. And by the way, speaking about this lab to be precise. So when I took my first lecture, I went back to the dormitory and I went online to check about it. Is there information to study more? And I didn't find any. So the other day I went to the teacher. I said, the teacher, I went online and tried to search about this laboratory of Emerson. And she said, of course you will not find anything, because this information are classified by the Emerson company, and we only we have the access to teach it, or only we have the authority to teach it to our students, which is actually quite unique opportunity. So we have the opportunity to study of Emerson, this highly advanced equipment of this very big brand, Emerson, control brand, Emerson, only us, and the information is not on the internet. So YouTube, Google will provide you with nothing. So quite unique. Yes, and what has actually made me so happy is after 2 years of studying, only 3 students out of 22 students, only 3 students managed to get the red one. And the nice thing is 3 of us was Arabs. So 2 from Iraq and 1 from Syria, me and Karar and Jalal. All 3 of us managed to get the red certificate. Other people, all of them get the blue one. And this is actually answering Dr. Fatima questions. If the red certificate is quite easy, so I think it's maybe like at least half of the students will get it. But in my case, maybe you're right. Some cases in Russia, they will give like high marks easily. But in my case, I didn't see that. It was too hard. 3 students out of...
it was so surprising. I mean, and all of them studied medical studies.
Medical studies? Medical
yes.
studies. I'm not sure. I don't know. So I'm here to speak about my experience.
I mean, your university, I haven't met any student who graduated from this university, to be honest. So I don't know. I think it's a matter of university itself, because it's crowded with Iraqis, maybe. Yeah, we don't want to be unfair for all of the students, but I mean, most of them, they're not that good. Anyway, maybe those are exceptions. I don't know.
Yes, there are exceptions, and yes, and they are. I've heard like stories about this university who actually it's quite easy to get high scores in there. But mine, I wasn't lucky to be in those universities. I had to fight for mine.
But I mean, congratulations. At the end, we say in Arabic, لا صح إلا صحيح. You will.
So all of us who are Arabs, me and Karar and Jalal, you know, we have done a marvelous job, and yeah, we are happy. I'm proud of like studying in there. Great. So
I would like to say something. Actually, I googled about your university, and I read that it is one of the lead university in Russia. So it is one of the best university in Russia. So it is, not like other universities.
Is Russia? I'm watching. Is Russia speaking? Are you Russia?
Yes.
Okay, Russia. So you are speaking about which university?
Your university is one of the lead universities.
Yeah.
It is difficult, and as you say, exactly.
Yes. Thank you for supporting me, because Dr. Fatima gave me a very hard time.
That's the truth.
No, Dr. Fatima actually, she gave me very hard time. So yeah, your words come.
About Dr. Fatima speaking, I would say, there's a lot of students, in my department, in the cultural relationship. Now we are responsible for ratification of the medical certificate, and there's,
they know. Do you agree? Yes.
At this point, yes, I totally agree. But we cannot generalize it. One thought about all students or all universities.
We cannot.
Depends on the student.
But then the number is huge of those students. who scored 99 and 100. It's so
and I know
surprising.
someone who was graduated from Russia and master degree in computer science. And when I asked him about his research, he said he didn't, work that hard. He didn't, we in computer science we work on algorithms, and he's specialized in intelligence, and he didn't work that hard, and nothing is serious in his research. So, and he gets 90, I think 99, something like that.
Yeah, again, I don't want to be unfair for students. I wish that everybody gets a high graduate study, but then, what can I say? They will come here without understanding anything. Don't you think so?
And Dr.
Anyway,
Fatima, you are at the heart of the event. I think your analysis or your estimation is very it's correct, because you are in touch with all the foreign students, and yes, your perspective is considerable or plausible. But yes, there are exceptions, and as Russia have said, I think it's fair, we need to search for the university. Yes, and this is very good point, since we are talking about
it's depend on the student. I mean, if I am studying in an easy university or something like that, I can improve myself in the research and in publishing, reliable research and reliable journal like that. I believe in that, actually.
Yes, if you are studying at bad university, you will not be able to reflect a good knowledge, and you will fail at maybe to prove that you are good enough, maybe to fail when you want to publish, fail when you want to maybe tackled with work life. But again, let's make the point, when you are was that actually what I was saying? I was talked about that. Pick the right university, search, okay? Takes a couple of hours to search about the good university, and you will find good choices in there. Okay, so enough about studying, okay? Because it seems to be boring. So Russian people, how they are Russian people. So facts. And so Russian people usually like to mind their own business. And comparing to the Arabic people, so when you are going past people that you do not know, like strangers, and you say hello, assalamu alaikum, they will reply directly. They won't feel strange or weird by your by the fact that you are saying hi. In Russia, this isn't common. Say hi to people that you do not know. I mean, they will not fight with you, but they will be weirded out. Why is he saying hi to us? Do we know this guy? So they will keep questioning, why do you say hi to them? But Russian students or friends in Russia, the college environment, the people in there are very, very friendly. But you need to break the stranger barrier. So you have to go and talk to them, and they will turn out to be very good people, actually. And the Russian people has a lot of stereotypes about them. But my experience, I managed to make a lot of great friends in there. Okay, so moving on. So I don't want to talk about Russian people, because I have a lot of category and talk about. So my tips about Russian people. So if you are at the street and you need to ask someone about direction, or you want to go to a restaurant or maybe a hotel, so I suggest you find someone your age, someone young, because first, they do not advise you to go to work to speak to elder people, because usually you will have this age gap, and according to this age gap, there are certain respect terms that you need to be aware of. So pick a person your age. He will be more likely that he can speak English. Elder people, I don't think they not a lot of old people know English, but young people this generation, or maybe the next generations, Russian people now are more interested to learn English, which is actually more helpful to us as a foreign students. Yes. So if you are at Russia and you are a student, don't be shy to make friends in there. So when you start, you will find that they are shy, and we are shy. No one knows about the other culture. No one knows what to do. So everyone will sit at their side. In my case, I didn't do that. I was very outgoing. I was curious. So I went there to ask about I don't know, the study, ask about the weather, direction. I was creating topics to talk about, and they were very helpful. And actually, we managed to be a friend. I managed to have a lot of friends in a very short time. But the people I was choosing, like only those who can speak English, because when I started, my Russian language was not good enough. Yeah, so in Russia, I have a lot of great friends. So a lot of great memories. Yeah, some, if you see the student, the picture on the right, we was going to the church, and those student friends invited me to come to the church, which was very nice activity. I've done there. I like the environment. And on the right, that was on the Christmas. Yes. And this is on the restaurant, and this is hiking. Like if you see the picture on the right, was on the restaurant with a couple of my Russian friends and 2 Chinese friends. And on the right, we were hiking with some of Russian students or Russian friends. Yes. So quick story about Russian people. That once, actually, when I was studying at Russia, when I came at Russia, and I was wearing a lot of clothes, so I put my wallet not in a good way in my pocket, and when I was walking, and I went back to the dormitory and looked for it, did not find it. So I freaked out because it was containing my visa, my passport, my money, and that was very, very bad. So I looked everywhere for it with no results until I got this text. The text was from the head of my department. He asked me, Hayder, we found actually your wallet, and it is in this location, on this shop. Go on there, they are willing to give it to you. So I went there, and I find this nice lady sitting on the office, and she asked me a couple of questions just to make sure that is actually my wallet, and she gave it to me. And after that, I checked that whether everything is in there, money, papers, passports, and yeah, they didn't take anything. So that was very good experience. And I went back to the head of my department, and I asked him, how did you know that I have lost my wallet? He says, Hayder, they check your wallet, and they that you have student ID. So they contact the university contacted me, and then I contacted you. So that's very good. But is that the case like all the time? Like all the Russian are trustworthy, and you can drop your wallet everywhere, and you will not be stolen? No, that's actually is not fair. It's not correct to do that. But there are nice people, and I think for this lady that actually found my wallet and she gave it to me, I think she deserved to put the story on this slide. So actually, because she saved me, if anyone else and take it and run away, that would be a great problem. So yeah, I see positive experience. So Russian tradition. Do you have any question about Russian people?
No, but I was, I heard that they are sort of people and not friendly. I don't know.
No, this is actually stereotype. When we are going in there, they are all, Russia. When you are at Iraq and you want to speak to someone, you will expect like all different type of people, all different reaction from him. So in Russia or in any other country, that is the same, because you will find a good person, you will find a bad person. I think it's not fair enough to generalize those things, because by the way, when I came at Russia, I have the same idea that you have, that they are not very nice. But no, actually they are very helpful and good people. So tradition, okay, Russian names. Like, do you know, guys, how to first? You have to first go with the first name, then a middle name, and then surname. Like, so it's different from our method because we say like Hayder MohammedHussain, or we use second name and third name and then surname. In Russia, they have the system to say their names. How's like, first you say your first name and then your father name. And after your father name, you add the suffix ovich. And when you say your surname or the person's surname, you have to add the suffix of. For example, do you guys know the lightweight wrestler Habib Nurmagomedov? He's actually the world champion, and his name.
Yes, know him.
Yeah. So if you know, so the first thing about his name, that his name is totally Arabic, but they have all this additional suffix, Russian suffix. So his name is Habib. So his father name is Abdul Manar. So Habib Abdul Manarovich, which is the Ovich part, it's what they are doing. And his surname is Nur Muhammad. And you need to add the suffix of. So Habib Abdul Manarovich Nur Muhammadov. That is his name. Bad news, that is also that's just for male. For female, there are another rules. So for father name, we need to add the suffix ovna. And for the surname, you have to add the suffix ova. So of course, a lot of you will know the tennis player, Maria Sharapova. So her name is Maria. Father name Yurivna, and surname Sharapova. So that is their methodology of how they name the person, the people. Another tip is that when you are at Russia and you want to shake someone's hand, even if the weather is very cold, even if it's at -40. So when we are at Russia, it's very normal for you to wear gloves because at winter the weather can drop, the temperature can drop to -40 or something. So you need to take your gloves off. It's very disrespectful to shake someone with your gloves on. So please take your gloves, shake their hand, and put them back. It's just tradition. Flowers, and I think I already spoke about that. So flowers in Russia, it's a very common gift when you want to congratulate someone, or it's on every occasion it is common to give flowers. Flowers is standard gift in there, and there are one rule about that. That's when you want to give someone on a happy occasion flowers, give them an odd number of flowers. If you want to give someone flowers on a bad occasion, pick an even number. And if you ask me about the coloring, the meaning of the coloring, it is just like with the world standards. So they don't have their own rules. So just like the common rule in the world. But they have this numbering rule or tradition. So my tips about tradition. So Arab students, when they went to Russia, and as we are Arab students, I noticed Arab students are very respectful. So we actually tend to respect our teacher. So when we are calling out the teacher in Arabic culture, I need to add the title and then his first name. So when I'm addressing Dr. Fatima, I cannot say just Fatima. I need to add the title, Dr. Fatima, and at that time I am respectful. I keep things, and I keep things formally. But in Russian culture, or maybe even American culture, you cannot call your teacher by his first name. So always use the surname, Mr. In Russian, Maklakov. So that would be Maklakov, his surname. If Yeah, so use the surname. Please do not use the first name. Yes, and respect other people's tradition, not just Russian tradition. When you are at dormitory, you will have the opportunity to meet with African people, international people in general, from Europe, Africa, China. So try to be respectful. Be careful not to touch someone's tradition, because as our tradition is dear to us, the other people's tradition is dear to them. Currency. So do I have questions?
Guys, I posted the attendance sheet link on the comment box. Go ahead and sign your names. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so shall I move on?
Yeah, go ahead. It seems
Dr.
nobody
Fatima,
has a question.
how much time do I have left?
Well, it's up to you. You can have half an hour if you like.
Half an hour. Okay, so maybe I'll skip something.
What do you think? Half an hour is good?
Now I can speak maybe until for more than an hour. So maybe I'll just jump from my presentation.
Or maybe an hour. I mean, if the participants didn't get bored, I didn't. So you can make it until 10:30.
Okay.
You still have an hour if you like.
Okay. So how about we speak about Russian language? Is it okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Russian. Okay. So Russian language actually is not very hard. You can learn Russian language if you are at Russia. So first slide that when you compare Russian to Arabic to English, like from hardest to the easiest. So Arabic will be hardest, Russian will be medium or the middle, English will be the easiest. Well, some people might disagree with me, like Arab people say it's Arabic is the easiest, but I don't think that's a fair
No,
thing.
it is the hardest. It is the hardest. I've taught Arabic in the United States, and I personally have difficulty getting into the minds of other people in order to speak Arabic. There are many bits and pieces. I mean, yeah, it's very hard.
It's very hard, and it's easy for us because it is just our native language. We will learn it since the day we were born. So that is why it's easy. But when other people try to learn our language, it will be very, very hard. And Dr. Fatima, do you agree that English is the easiest?
It is the easiest. It's straightforward, and there is some aspect of English. They are direct, and they always tend to make sentences short.
Yes.
So one idea and precise, no complexity.
Dr. Fatima, I actually created this sort of test or game. I'm creating that, which is actually help us to evaluate the hardness of the language. This is created by me.
1 minute here. Just let me say something to Ikhlas. Ikhlas, please use the form to sign your name. I couldn't find your name in the conversation course. That's why I didn't include you in the certificates. So please go to the link, open the link, and register. Thank you. I couldn't find your name in any of the sheets for the conversation class. That's why I didn't add you to the list. Sorry. I didn't know your name or your affiliation. Sorry for that. Yes, Hayder. What you are saying something about the test?
Yeah, I'm creating this test, or I don't know, a game.
Hold on. And there is it seems that there is a problem with the sheet itself. I'll send the link again. Sorry, Hayder. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So this test is right here. I call it the U test. So what is the U test? It's the test about the word you, okay? And we try to translate it in the language that you want to compare to English. So does anyone know how to translate the word you in Arabic? What is the meaning of you? Anyone have an idea?
Enter.
Enter, okay. So yes, you are correct, doctor, but not very quite. because in Arabic, you means
yes.
أنت أنتِ أنتما أنتن أنتم. So that's actually 5 words versus only 1 word in English. And if you think this is enough, or this is that's all, that isn't correct. Because you means ke, ki, kuma, kunne, kunde. Because if you put you in a subjective, in an object position, a grammatical object position, you cannot say anta anymore in Arabic. You have to say, like if I want to help you, I said أساعدك. I cannot say أساعد أنت. So actually, you can be translated into 10 words in Arabic. So 10 words in Arabic versus 1 word in English. So what about Russian? Russian actually made it only 4 words. So أنت أنتِ translated into T in Russian, أنتما أنتن أنتم V, and the objective positioning, they also have the object positioning, or مفعول به, which is actually tibia or vam. So tibia for the singular case and vam for the plural case. So this is how I compare between the hardness of languages. So I just see, like I created this, like for my imagination. So you can be translated 10 words in Arabic and 4 words in Russian. So this is how much complex.
Okay, hold on, Hayder. So tibia, it's you?
Tibia is like you in a subject.
I thought it's me. What is me then?
Minya.
Minya? Oh, okay, yeah.
Minya. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
So, but if you guys can notice that Dr. Fatima managed to read the word tibia. Did you hear me say it? Because the good thing about the Russian word or Russian letters, it's close to English, and you can sometimes guess what the word is actually meaning.
Well, to be honest, I was familiar with these words from the kids series, Masha and Medved. That's why I've learned some of the words.
Yeah. But so the T is just like T in English, and the E is just like E in English. And they have this reversed R, which is actually means yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, next slide. So the good thing that helps me to learn Russian is that there are some similar words, like in English to the Russian. For example, when I say my presentation, so in Russian that would be моя презентация. So we'll notice that it is like almost the same. For examples, other examples, interesting in English, if you want to translate to Russian, it will be интересный. So not very different. My, it will be мой, not very different.
And then the P is pronounced as re in Russian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. And okay. So machine or car in Russian it will be mashina. So yeah, I didn't face like problem memorizing that, because it's like if I already know the English word, so the Russian word won't be difficult for me. Airport in Russian, airport. Actor in Russian, acteur. And a lot of words. That's actually when I'm studying Russian and I find this word that I am already familiar with, I'll be very happy, because I do not need to memorize this one. So this is very interesting. So tips, again, learn Russian. If you are at Russia, good opportunity, add another language. That will be great. You can speak 3 languages or maybe more. And so this tip is implied for any other language. So English or Russian or any other language that you want to learn. Don't be shy to speak. Don't hesitate. Try. And because the worst enemy to you when you want to learn language is to be shy. So don't be shy. You have to try. And if you want to learn Russian, you have to maybe listen to their songs, because it's helped me a lot. In English and Russian, I always use songs to listen, and they help me a great deal, because you can always memorize song, and they give you the right pronunciation. Yes, and final tip that Russia have their own Facebook program. So when you are creating, you're at Russia and you're creating this VK account, please make it in Russia so you'll be familiar with the Russian word. Don't make it in English, and the program will automatically translate everything for you in English. That would be like a waste of opportunity. So make it in Russian, be familiar with Russian. And yeah, finally, me with my friend, I managed to learn Russian. It was annoying at the beginning because it's like going to the first grade. So I have to learn A, B, T, and I am master degree student. So I felt very annoyed. But yeah, after 2 years, so the result was very nice because I learned to speak Russian to a certain level. And speaking about Russian policy, any questions do you have, guys? Are you guys sleeping?
I don't have any question.
Okay,
Others,
so,
do you have a question?
Okay, I'll speak about places to visit, and maybe when you want, we can close the session, Doctor.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay. So places to visit in Russia. So Russia has thousands of nice places, beautiful places, and I can speak about that like all day. But sometimes you have the opportunity to visit certain places. Sometimes you don't have an opportunity. But the good thing that you are already at a city or some Russian city, and you can just explore your city. It will be also fun. So let me move on. So of course, my first place I want to talk about is the Red Square, Moscow. And yes, this is the magical place of Russia. And I consider myself like very lucky because I managed to be in there, or I was in there for 3 times. And yes, it's very beautiful place. A lot of old monuments, old buildings. It's so great. If you can see, like all the buildings are in red because of the color of the stones. So those stones actually was taken from a mountains. They was taken and yes, and they put them there and they put them like around to build them. This is actually not painting. This is actually the color of the stones. That's why all the wall in red, because of the stone coloring. Yeah. So if you see, this is the entrance of the Red Square. This is where you enter, and then on your right you will find the big mall of the Red Square, which is actually very, very big and very, very nice. And on the front of you, you will find the St. Basil Cathedral.
Actually, your slide doesn't move. There is no slide. The same slide for a while.
I can see it. I think the problem is in your end, Russia.
Yeah, even the form, it was doesn't open, Dr. Fatima. I couldn't.
Others, do you have a problem with the form? Because I've seen that some people submitted their form.
Yes, this is another angle. Oh no, I'm going back. This is the entrance. This is the mall. The St. Basil Cathedral, and then the Kremlin. The Kremlin, the big fortress in which the Russian government resides. And this is actually Moscow River and the Moscow Bridge, which is very, very beautiful place. And if you go around the Kremlin, you'll find this very, very beautiful garden with a lot of lakes, a lot of like greens and landscapes. It's a nice place to take pictures. Another place I want to talk about is Hermitage, or what they call Winter Palace. It's actually a very beautiful place, but unfortunately I only read about it online. I didn't been there. That was very sad. Very nice pictures about the Hermitage. So my tips about traveling to Russia and visiting new places. So if you are a student and you get your summer holiday, don't travel back home. Stay at Russia because Russia will thrive as summer. A lot of green landscapes, a lot of beautiful places, and in summer, do not go back directly like home. I think it's only fair to stay in there and witness more about Russia. So if you are at Moscow, and so maybe I'll try to close my Telegram, but if you are at Moscow to take a transit and you have enough time, so go visit the Red Square. So when I was at Moscow and I now have this long transit to travel to my city. So I was taking the opportunity because I have like enough or long time to visit the Red Square, take some picture, and go back directly back to the airport and and to catch up to my flight. But yeah, one of the days actually I did that and I almost missed my airplane. I was because I had only 6 hours between 6-hour transit in the Moscow airport. So I went to the Red Square, and in there I spent a lot of time. I didn't fill the time there, and I forget that I have an airport, and I almost miss it. I come back to the airport right on time. But yeah, I managed to take a lot of photos. I've been in there, the Red Square, about 3 times. Quite nice place.
But Hayder, you didn't feel homesick. I mean, you didn't miss your family, and
by the way, Rasha, you know, I'm the kind of person that I like home very much. I like sitting home very much. But to be honest, in Russia, I didn't feel that way. I don't know why. So
you forgot everything. That's great.
I don't know, but yeah, I felt very familiar and comfortable in there. I don't know. Yes, and another thing, university trips. Universities always arrange trips, and when you guys have seen me, like I've got a red certificate, and you said Hayder is sitting and studying all the time. That isn't correct. I take every opportunity to participate in every cultural event in Russia. I didn't waste anything. So when university will arrange a trip for us, maybe climbing mountain, hiking, biking, skiing, I went to them all. Yeah, I didn't waste any opportunity. I take the opportunity of being at Russia to the most. And you can see I have a lot of great pictures. This is us climbing some of the mountains in the Ural Mountains. The Ural Mountains, as I remember. This is us. This is me visiting the War Museum in Russia. This is me in cities, yeah, with a couple of friends. Yeah, and this is skiing. So the university gave us the opportunity to teach us about how to ski in the ice, which is actually quite unique and special. Of course, I almost broke every bone when I was learning there. So yeah, it's very hard, but it was very nice. And of course, in cities, in your city, when I was sitting and I have nothing, I simply go and walk around the city, discover new places, alone or some friends. It's very nice, and I like to walk around the city. It's very beautiful. So here, yeah, with my Arabic friend and Chinese friend, Arabic friend, all you see in all my city. My city. This is one, and when I was walking alone, actually, I find this old man fishing. So I was curious, like I want back and forward. I want to say hi. So yeah, I took my chances to speak with him. He was knew only Russian, so we managed to take this nice photo that I like really much. Yeah. So if you guys want, I continue to speak more. If you're tired, maybe you can wrap up. What do you think, Dr. Fatima? I can speak about currency.
I'm good, and it's very interesting. I'd like to hear. I don't know about other people. What do you think?
Are you guys tired? You want to go sleep? Is it sleep time? Currency. I think they are tired, Doctor. So this is the last category, okay?
Well, I cannot tell because most of the time when I present, they are mute. So I don't know.
Okay, so how much?
I just take my time and I mean, yeah, do whatever I like.
No. So I want to. So this is my first time taking a lecture. I don't want to be heavy on everyone. Okay.
I mean, are you tired?
Yeah, I'm dying.
Then it's up to you.
Okay. So, but okay, I spoke about.
Yes,
What?
Lamis.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
You feel you are tired when you speak English? Like me, when I speak English, after I finish, I feel very
Yes,
tired.
of course,
Everyone.
because yes, when
Do
when
you
we,
agree or no? I don't know.
of course, I agree. It is actually very disturbing. Why is that? Okay, because
Rasha, she's still having the same problem. The slides are not moving in her end. Others, do you have the same problem? On my side, I'm good. I can see the slides moving. Rasha,
or
sorry,
Lamis,
very sorry. We are very sorry
Lamis, can you see?
because
It's good. It's good.
It's good.
it's good. So it's only your problem, Rasha. Sorry for that.
Yeah, me too. Russia was very interactive to me. To
Lamis.
Yeah.
Okay, Hayder, I think you're getting tired. I mean, because they are taking the effort. Since this is, you said it's your first time speaking English, maybe this is an invitation to you all to try to make presentations again and again, so you can use language without making this great effort.
Yes.
All right, I have a great internet connection. Rasha, she said, I have a great internet connection. It doesn't seem so to us. Okay.
Sorry again, Russia. Okay. So Lami's question, she told me like, is it make us tired to speak English? Of course, because when I speak English, actually my mind gets trapped within the idea that I am speaking English. I have to construct the sentences the right way. At the same time, I have to express my my idea. So like a lot of idea within like small brain. If you guys familiar with the computer, the computer parts, the RAM actually is not big enough to handle all of that process or this very like complicated process. But the good thing about that I'm about to finish, so that's great. Okay, so Russian currency is not very long. So Russian currency is ruble.
Okay, Rasha says, Hayder, you did a great job. Your language is so good. Keep it up.
Okay,
Thank you, Rasha.
Yeah, thank you. That's actually great to hear. Russian ruble. So how much Russian ruble is worth? So $100 is around 6,000 ruble, around. Not precisely. And why is that? I'll tell you on the next slide right now. So my tips to the people who actually visiting Russia. So please do not bring an Arabic money, just US dollar. They do not deal with Arabic money, not banks, not any place. So just US dollars. And this is actually, I was hesitant to put this one, but I have a story behind it. So students, when they come to Russia, they went directly to the bank at summer to transfer their money, transfer their US dollar to get and exchange the ruble currency. So that is because they noticed that in summer, the value of the US dollar is higher than in winter. So in winter, the value of the US dollar will drop in Russia. This is my tip. So some people might say, Hayder, you cannot predict the market. If you can predict the market, you'll be very rich. And no one can say that. But this is my experience and story behind that. When I actually came at Russia, As I told you, I personally funded myself. Okay, so I brought almost all my money, the money I have dedicated for me studying in Russia, because I was working before that, and I collected the money. And when I say when I saw that I have enough money, I actually took the decision that okay, now I'm ready to travel. So I brought all my money in summer, and my friend told me that is a good time to exchange all of your money, because the value of the US dollar was equal to 6,500 ruble. So yeah, I took my chance and I exchanged my money to this number. And actually in winter and all time, the value of the US currency has dropped to 5,500. All like all my remaining study. So if you make small calculation, like between summer and winter, you will notice that I have made around $18 for each $100 profits. So I don't know what to say about this. So is it smart to me or lucky me? I don't know. So you tell me. Okay, so this is all about currency and policy. Okay, I'll leave that. So yeah, in the حلقة الأخيرة, in the final episode, yeah, I left Russia, and yeah, personally, I felt so sad. I didn't want to do that, but yeah, this is eventually what's happened to all students.
Are you planning to go back?
I don't think I don't think I have the option to go back, because I'm committed with the work, and I don't think my work the policy of my ministry, they do not provide us with a time to. I have to leave my work simply to go back in there and study PhD maybe. But maybe why not? I'm actually yeah, it's very tempting for me to go back. But I was very sad.
You can have a grant and return back to Russia.
Well,
the grant to study your PhD there.
Okay, so Russia, pray for me. Pray for me.
Inshallah. There's
Russia, hello.
Yes, I hear you. Yeah, there's a couple of grant now available. I don't think the Russian grant are. I think this will be open every year, and you can pay for it. So you know you have to pay attention to the grants.
Yes, sure. And by the way,
however, Hayder, you still graduated. I think you're fresh till now. So you graduated in 2020. You still have time. I think it's a little bit early. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm actually when I was graduated, I did not waste my time to maybe just work. So until this day, I am studying this material that I am expecting it to be my PhD material. So I'm actually developing myself
for you.
And preparing my PhD plan.
However, Hayder, I've seen your writing. You really need to develop it. If you would like my advice.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that you need to work on your language. Written language.
Sure, for sure. Yeah. Good advice, Dr. Fatima. Yeah, so I'll consider, of course, traveling back in there, maybe to another country. I'll see my opportunities in the future. Anyway, so that's all for today. Thank you everyone for listening. And yeah, I know that I have made a lot of mistakes during my presentation, maybe grammatical mistake, pronunciation mistakes, I write something wrong, but I'm actually not shy about that because I'm quite confident. I'll keep trying and trying. If you notice something wrong, please tell me. I'll be very happy.
You did great, Hayder, and don't worry about the mistakes because now the majority is international students who make mistakes, but the most important thing is that we understand you. This is the most important thing.
Yes.
The minority now are the native speakers of English, so don't worry. Yes. We are the majority.
All right.
You did great. And we'd like to thank you very, very much for this wonderful presentation. You made us all eager to visit Russia or study in Russia.
Yes.
So now the floor is for the participants. Do you have any question, comment, suggestion, or concern? You can ask Hayder.
Okay, so I have a comment, Doctor, yeah. So first of all, maybe if my video will be posted on YouTube, so all of those who see it, I advise you to visit the language center and the
concerning the video record, I depend on Ali a lot from the University of Kufa, and I highly appreciate his voluntary work recording all the sessions of the language center. He attended the session, so hopefully he recorded all of it. Okay. I've taken some screenshots for you while presenting. So hopefully it will be available on YouTube. I'll post the link as soon as Ali finished editing the video.
Yes, and I also want to say thanks to you, Dr. Fatima, for this opportunity that we made us all together in this nice environment, this nice committee.
That's us.
This is under the scientific roof. It's a very nice place, and for some reason I take it very seriously, and I enjoyed it. So thank you so much. And maybe we'll continue to be in your lectures in the future. So thank you, everyone. And sorry for taking too long. Sorry for everyone.
No, we enjoyed it. I didn't feel tired. Others, do you have any question, comments, concern, suggestion?
As I said before, Hayder, you did a great job, and your language is amazing, and good job. Will keep it up, and inshallah you will improve your English, and you have a PhD from Russia, inshallah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for nice saying, Russia. Thank you so much. Okay, Doctor, I think the ground is yours right now.
Well, I don't have anything to add much. So again, I'd like to thank you for your presentation. And I hope that most of your friends or any other person who would like to share his or her experience with us. So the Language Center opens its gates to all volunteers. So we welcome everybody or anyone who would like to share his experience. And you have seen that in the attendance sheet for tonight, I added that question at the bottom saying that add your email address if you would like to be a guest speaker. So if you would like to be a guest speaker, add your email so I can contact you concerning the dates and presentations. Thank you, Hayder, again. I appreciate your efforts.
Yes, you're welcome, Doctor. And I'd like to mention about guest speaker. Before I did my presentation, I went to check on YouTube and I watched Dr. Asma presentation.
Yes, Dr. Asma. She was from the US. Yes.
From US, and she made me very nervous because she set the bar very high for me. I don't have such a fluent English, and she was speaking as she was like simply a native English speaker. So I actually.
She has been living in the US for several years. She participated in the Fulbright program with me in 2010, and since then she was living in the US. So of course her language will be developed.
Yes, and so but at least I tried. Yeah, hopefully I hit
it. No. You are fine. You're totally fine.
Okay.
You are great. Others, if you don't have any question, I'd like to wish you all a good night. And thank you again for attending this session. Hopefully we'll have a guest speaker for next month, and wait for our upcoming events. We'll have events, lectures, and discussion sessions, inshallah, in the near future, inshallah. Okay, thank you very much. And you can leave the session. Bye-bye.